Game number 2 here at DreamHack Masters. It's Mirage with G2 and Cloud9. So invite all your friends, get everybody watching. Remember, there's also a secondary stream going on where I think Hugo and Blair are having a good time. Blair. So definitely go and check those guys out as well. Great Counter-Strike going on that channel too. Kenny looking for a big opening. Grenades going over on the other side. Tarek picking up one and Rush with a follow-up headshot. That is a great beginning to a round. And now it won't be easy to turn it around if you're G2. Apex going to get one shot and hiding in the corner. Gets one more headshot, turning it into a triple. Finally the quad kill comes in. A ridiculous round coming out of Apex, and now Automatic very much alone against NBK, and he's going to go down. How on earth did he turn that around? He was in a corner, he could not get out. That's a ridiculous way to win a round.
That is so unbelievable that Apex was able to go that long without being discovered. It's because Mixwell's taking the fight, those silenced USPs really making it difficult to zone in where exactly he was just sitting. Look at this, no one's reacting. This is beautiful. And still, these aren't like the easiest shots in the world. Finally, Skidoodle realizes it, but the damage has been done.
You don't even even see the last shot.
No.
The last shot happens in the same tick that he dies. Like, it's that close. My God.
And I mean, remember, that starts out with 2 clean kills for Cloud9. That was, essentially a 5-on-3. So brilliant recovery, brilliant round from Apex. Cloud9, even with the plant, they're going to look to find the next one. Eagles are out on the board. Good trade from Skidoodle. Swinging around the corner, and it's Tarek who's got to try and find body, and this would be a huge frag to get. The legs are going to be exposed as the smoke starts to clear, though. Now spread across the map.
Yeah. Exciting beginning. It looks like this round is going to peed out at the end here when Cloud9 lose the final couple of players. FNS and Automatic go down last, and they end up, I think they recovered the M4 there on the ramp, so should be all good. G2, not much trouble in that round at all. Cloud9 going to have to find a way back in here in the 3rd round already. Early bye.
Well, here we go. 3 smokes to use. One is going to be used towards middle. All 4 players towards that A bomb site, dodging the nades, or at least the initial one. Automatic. This will be a contact play, it feels. 2 coming from Palace, 2 coming up ramp. Apex in a tough spot. That's not going to be easy to manage, but Body with 2 kills should seal this round. Same with Apex. What a brilliant start to the game he's having. And it's just Tarek all alone in middle. No one from G2 bit on that kind of setup to make it look like a fast mid play, and Tarek's only got 1 frag. 3 to find, and he's going to try and get sneaky inside this smoke.
Yeah, very tricky indeed, and NBK up on the scaffolding or up on the railing there will hear him and end up finding him as well. That's a 3rd round for G2, very convincing indeed, and it's going to be a bit frustrating for Cloud9. This kind of beginning from, I mean, when Body shots down both those players, that's kind of hard to come back from.
Yeah, especially as a contact play, right? You don't have any real nades, like even one flashbang to just bother Body. Yeah, great hold from him out towards Palace. So a quick 3-0. Cloud9 stumped so far, back to the pistols, and fast pace towards the B bomb site to at least see if they could punish or catch someone off guard. But the Molotov's going to hold them back, but not spread across the map. So you imagine they're essentially just going to march forward behind Tarek's Deagle. Hope he gets a lucky shot here on the jump, and not able to get the timing. NBK going to back away, and that's beautiful. Tarek down to 11.
It's not loving life at all, is he? And NBK ready. The follow-up grenade will take care of one, and generally speaking, they're on a bit of a roll here. Nice, strong start for them on the CT side. We saw both Valiants and Mousesports were struggling heavily on their CT sides playing this map earlier, so
yeah, it's back to normal.
It's back to normal again, it is.
And only lost G2 only losing 2 players in the past 2 rounds, so able to build up a good economy. 7,000 on Apex, NBK just under 8,000. Kenny is right at 8,000. So they haven't even really had to upgrade to the AWP just yet, and SMG still on Body, so a chance for more money. So if Cloud9 can't win or do damage this round, it could be trouble. And Automatic with the misbuy. Did not buy an AK-47.
Oops.
Yeah, you don't like to see that.
Does he have the money for it?
Yeah, he does. He's got 2,900. So he does have the funds. It had to have been something where maybe he thought he hit the keybind, or he hit him too fast and it didn't register. I don't know. Just trying to help him out, right?
Yeah, you're right. I can appreciate that.
Otherwise, we're just all laughing at the idiot, right? In the corner of the room with no AK. There goes Tarek. That's the Galil on Kenny.
So even if that didn't work out, I just love the idea of a run push like that into the middle. I just like it in general. Nice shot from Mixwell to take down Skadoodle, and automatic with a Glock. Obviously, too much firepower there, FNS. Bit late to the party coming over the underpass, and that's not really going to work out for them. This time, they don't lose a single player G2. So this is... It's a bit uncomfortable now.
And Kenny just upgraded to a free op. Yeah, this, and it's hard to kind of say because obviously G2 is just straight up clean winning some of these fights, but it just seems like this Cloud9 doesn't know what they're doing. I'm not going to lie to you, it looks a little bit silly at times.
Yeah, so, time for a deep breath here and just remind themselves, because obviously they still have...
Plenty of time.
They still have plenty of time to turn it around, and just be nice to get a good, strong start in the round. Automatic with that 1 AWP, that's it's been working in the past. You can do that, hero orb, but it is obviously a risk.
I think the big thing is, oh, there it is. Kenny goes for more. Yeah, the big thing is it's not expected. If Kenny knows there's an op on the field, he doesn't take that follow-up peek. That nade's surely gonna finish off automatic. Couple kills coming out, but it's gonna be another pretty solid, pretty clean round for G2 overall. They'll be able to salvage the AWP right at the end. So 6-0.
What's your plan, Captain America? How did they bring it out of this one? 6-0.
Call in Hulk.
Call in the Hulk. Call in the airstrike. Make something work. Yeah, that could be. I feel like it's time for Plan B.
I don't even know if you're Cloud9, I wonder what the feeling is you kind of are in this pause. I believe this is a tech pause, so I don't think we'll actually see them talking, which is kind of unfortunate. But I'm wondering if, like, it doesn't even seem like Cloud9's gotten to be able to do their Plan A, right? Like, I don't know if it's time to go to Plan B. Yes, you're down 6-0, but Plan A has looked so sloppy that I feel like you at least want to try it when you have, when everyone seems focused. Like, the early buy kind of throws them off with a contact play where they get wrecked.
Yeah.
They have a round where Automatic forgets to buy an AK-47, and then all of a sudden we're at 6-0.
Well, that's a tough call to make. Like, when do you abandon ship and like, because it's kind of true. Like, if you do it too quick, you might also be left with the feeling that, like, oh, we gave up on what we had planned too early.
Yeah.
And then people are going to be really frustrated, right? And if you stick with it for too long, then you end up in a situation where maybe you say, oh, we lost so many rounds doing what wasn't working.
Yeah. And
now it's too late to really pull it back. So
yeah.
No easy answer to that question, probably.
No, there's not.
And
so unfortunately, it always falls on the in-game leader, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's at least one reason why it can be a little bit tricky being the leader of a team, is that people will go back and do that analysis after a while and sort of think, well,
And you always have to do that level of analysis, like, without too much knowledge, right? Like, because, like, if they're never gonna voluntarily go into an interview and be like, yeah, he definitely messed up, or you're not gonna tell him, like, the real reason, right?
Yeah. So, what is the weakness right now in the G2 defense? Like, what haven't they tried yet? The mid control seems to be quite good for the French team.
At least to start out with, but they haven't done, like, just a full default kind of standard mid control. Remember, they did the run boost, was kind of the way they challenged it. So, I mean, if you send some people through underpass, look like Mixwell trying to block that smoke, not going to happen. So here we go. We'll see how Cloud9 does this round. This looks a bit more standard from them, and it's yielding results. Smoke and window, smoke and connector. Tarek's going to be close up as Mixwell goes for a challenge with the aid of a flashbang that forced Skadoodle back. And there's a pop flash in, and Mixwell is kept honest. But Apex finds him as the smoke clears. 2 kills for him, and he's playing so good if you include the pistol round that it might just be one of those games. Even a dink on a Skadoodle down to 2 HP. And now the chip damage from the nades rains in windows.
And I mean, a small little detail, but that player that's playing at top, that Skadoodle with the AWP, Apex actually waited for a flashbang from inside the A-bomb side before he went for that peak top mid. So just everything about that sequence was absolutely great. You love to see it. Not so much if you're Cloud9, though. Would be great for them if they could pick up a round here. 4 versus 3 does make it less likely. They need the next kill to go in their favor, otherwise it's going to all fall apart. And Body's still playing, and he's been very, very good in that shadow position.
They don't have a smoke either on Cloud9, so that just means Kenny's going to have free reign of those repeaks until a Molotov goes down. So they have to do this kind of contact. They have to just walk up, and they found that timing. Kenny wasn't initially holding the angle, and now it's all about body. And how do you clear this when so many different angles are exposed? I think that's the question. That's going to be the tough one. They're not even considering it. Body, he's going to get some free kills there, and FNS walks right into it. Continues the spray, and Skadoodle is just going to quietly tiptoe backwards and not make a noise.
Yeah, he just actually walked into the bullet, which is not every day. MBK trying to see if he could find Skadoodle in the last seconds of the round, but it should be another one here, or it will be another one for G2. Obviously, a very, very good start for them all of a sudden. 7-0, and Cloud9 not really on the board yet. I mean,
just another round. They're not able to do anything.
Yeah, but this time at least you're right. They had the initial setup. You know, they got the right grenades down, and then the window opens and Apex just clears it all out. Which is not. I mean, once that smoke disappears, someone's supposed to be watching it.
Right. Yeah, and by that point, he'd done all the damage, right? Dinking Skadoodle 2 kills. I guess if you're C9, you either have to go back to what you just did with that kind of a standard of a default mid-take, or you fall into just a hit towards one of the bomb sites, like a standard hit towards the A site with the smokes and CT spawn, smokes to cover jungle, and just at least get yourself into the bomb site, at least get a plant under your belt. Haven't seen access to the bomb site or the bomb get planted since the pistol round.
What an absolute struggle.
Even if you think back to the pistol round, right, where Apex gets those 4 kills in a 3-on-5. Like, what if Cloud9 wins that? Then you have them, you know, this is a whole different game. They have the chance to get that 5-round kind of buffer going.
Yeah.
And then no matter what happens for the rest of the half, you have your 5 rounds. So,
yeah, he really got their face down in the dirt early on.
Yeah.
Just never let go. MBK ready. Looks like he's actually spotting into the sky for a minute. Like he's waiting for someone to throw a grenade over. Looked like that was the purpose there. And then just setting up for the grenade in case anything happens. 8th round, and Tarek running past the fire, hoping to catch somebody. Might get killed if Apex stands up. He's waiting for it, but timing is just a little bit off. He's going to spot the boost, though, and that will be an easy kill. Doesn't follow it up, though. Good shot from Tarek.
It's just enough to make a window of opportunity available at the B bomb site, although, as I say that, NBK rotating to actually get into the site, so it's kind of closed down. He is pretty isolated, though. He's going to look. He'll have some information. He'll be able to survive. Going to get 1 kill. FNS now has the AWP, the peek and the miss, and NBK needs to live as long as possible, but they've already pushed up close. And now the bomb will get planted at 3-on-3, and this is possible for Cloud9.
Good play on Rush. Running close to get him killed. 3-on-3. There's a bit of a flank coming in, though. Mixwell with the AK-47, and he's very close. Maybe closer than they were expecting. And indeed, Tarek looking the wrong way. He's going to be going down now. It's FNS and Rush left, and if they can turn this around, that would be a bit of a miracle. Cloud9 without any rounds on the board. There's Rush with 1 more, and FNS to close it out. That's such a great round for Rush. Everything working out.
Rush has really developed into an extremely clutch player. I think he's helped out there by Kenny, who I think actually shoots Mixwell as he turns around that pillar. But a great turnaround from C9. They absolutely needed that.
Yeah.
To get, even just to get the first round, but also, I mean, look at Rush has 5K built up. FNS has some money behind this, so not too bad for the economy either. But now they need to build upon it, start grinding away at this economy. That's not a great start. Double nade, Tarek's down to 31. He's going to still go forward anyways, though.
That's such a quick grenade to the top of connector there from T-Spawn that was thrown out by Rush, I believe. Let's see if they can take care of Body. He's been playing this position just brilliantly. They haven't shown up every single round, but every time they do, he gets at least 1 kill. This time, FNS will take him down. Kenny with 1 refrag, and Apex, that's a huge overextension. Not just peeking their corner, but all the way up on that plateau. Very dangerous indeed. Now it's 3 versus 4 in Cloud9. Late to the party, but if they can win this round too, a lot could change.
I think they might actually choose to fall back eventually. They've got no smokes. They've only got Molotovs and flashbangs, so they have to either wait for Automatic to get involved, who's flanking through window room, or they have to fall away. There's Automatic, and he will find the 1 kill. That's one of the ops down that was holding the line. And so now, where does C9 go? They can plant in front of the bomb site. They've got everything else covered, and they're being so patient. This is quite nice from C9. Here's the jump up from NBK. He's got the dink and the nade to clean it up.
It's a great grenade, but NBK still goes down, and Skadoodle will pick up the kill on Kenny. Another round for Cloud9, and just a good setup. The fact that the grenade, the smoke that's thrown from T-Spawn that lands the top connector, it lands so early. it's kind of difficult if you're an A defender to make the right call. Like, is it going to be a quick A execute, or is that smoke meant for mid control?
Yeah.
That's not 100% clear when it goes down. All you know is that it's really early, you know?
Yeah, it can get a little bit weird. There's the Molotov as Rush sneaks behind it. And again, Cloud9 has just simplified this T side. While they were spreading out and losing duels, now they just bunch up, go for these hits. Body still on top of the balcony, a chance yet. Far, far above, and Rush spots him out. He clears it all. Late smoke is going to allow him to get the angle and right through it. And there goes FNS as well. Burns Mixwell alive. In a 4-on-2 scenario, Kenny and NBK rotating over. They're at least going to challenge early on, see if they can find an equalizer, but the off angle from Automatic is too strong, and a missed shot from Kenny is going to force him away. Cloud9 win around with an AWP and 4 CZs, and they've been able to build 2 on top of it right after that. The first one is always the hardest.
That is a trend. We've seen that many times before, but honestly, the tables have turned just a little bit.
There's still some money for G2. NBK will be able to buy. They have the AWP on Kenny. Body will be able to get something pretty solid. I think they have one more round G2 where they can invest and challenge, especially if Kenny keeps this AWP. If it goes down, everything kind of changes, which he does right at the end. Good hunt from Automatic. Great job from the cameraman of Cloud9 as well.
Yeah, the cameraman's filming the other cameraman.
What kind of exception are you going to make this?
Yeah,
Anders?
I was hoping. Oh, sees the tracer coming through, and that's
adjustment.
Just good job right there. Yeah, Rush, another one of those players that that at least from my point of view had been sort of sleeping in the American scene for a long time, and then when the time came, he not only sort of stepped it up, he just turned out to be even better than you could have hoped for. So.
He's a very, very strong player, obviously. And I think one of his biggest things has been he's one of those guys who's mentally able to not be the star, but he still is able to deliver clutch performances. He's very solid in his own game. He just consistent delivery of impact, the occasional big round.
I mean, a lot of people have been saying that was initially early on one of the big problems in the American scene is that everybody wanted to be the star. You know, that was something that was.
Everyone wants to be making YouTube clips, creating content, streaming. They want to be you saw the T-shirts.
Yeah, it's a lot of confusion all at once. I'd buy a Rush T-shirt if someone was selling one. I'd do that.
Would you?
Yeah.
I think the I mean, I would too, but I did like Tarek's T-shirt, the Peanut Brain one.
Yeah, I love
the setup to that was magnificent.
The fact that he's embraced that meme just makes me so happy. I just love Tarek doing that. Well, MBK's gone down. There are Deagles in play on the CT side, and they've done a little bit of damage, but ultimately, Cloud9 should still be able to find a way to thread the needle in this round and just make it out. It's the 11th, and if Cloud9 win this one, I mean, we could be looking at almost a bit of a collapse of the G2 defense here, because it was working well for 7 rounds in a row. It's always a bit of a mystery. How does it break down so badly? You know?
That was the thing. It was working so well. Was surprised also. Like Cloud9 didn't seem like they knew what they were even planning on doing on the T side. It was making them look silly. Now we've got 4 in a row. I think a lot of it has been they've stopped doing those kind of spread out. They didn't even go for the default anymore. It's been a lot of rounds where they just go 4 players straight over towards that A bomb site. You find a timing to hit the execute. I think also pretty big is just the fact that kills are coming out. They're not getting doubled up by Body. They're not getting doubled or tripled or quad killed by Apex. Starting to get some more impactful trades.
Just saving the pistols, obviously far away from everything. I wonder how this is gonna impact G2 now. Can they change it up? I mean, we talked about MBK as being in the leadership position now. You wanna try and make some sort of change, surely that'll net you the last couple of rounds and a half here.
Right. So a lot of it has to do on the CT side. It's not just down to like one person, right? You have kind of different setups, and they're usually like 2-man setups over towards A ramp or at the A bomb site, and it's kind of independent of your overarching in-game leader. If you, for instance, defends B. I think obviously if you're G2, the priority has to be you stack up towards that A bomb site, which they've at least done to begin with. a third player in connector who can rotate over, but this is where Cloud9's been able to really string together these rounds, has been here at A. You can see Kenny's on the quick rotate. He wants to get in front of those smokes. Molotovs are out, so he can't swing too far. Now he's completely blind. He's forced away from the play he wanted to make, but Cloud9 still have to get into the bomb site and bodies here. No kills come out, although he does force a TK, and Apex still building upon it. 15 HP. Inside the site, he's trapped. He's got nowhere to go, but a blind automatic can't complete the kill, and NBK's here. They're all focusing on Apex, and the rest of the defense is winning the round for him. And Skadoodle, the pistol is out, but he's gone.
God, I've never seen a flashbang better time than that one. That outright saved Apex to get one more kill. Very, very well done. And you saw the great use of Molotovs even for Cloud9.
Yeah.
Kenny, as you said, he's running in to try and save the bomb site. He runs right into a Molotov, has to back out again. All of it looked so good, but it wasn't enough. And now it will be 8-4. Mixwell, not quite making that jump happen. Instead, he's going to be backing off just for a little bit here. Double AWP in play now. Mixwell's AWP is definitely nothing that you should just overlook. He's really, really good with it. He's
very exciting when he's feeling it, isn't he? We'll see. Well, I mean, you could say that about both of these oppers. Kenny, historically one of the best oppers. And now Cloud9, they've been kind of stumped. That winning recipe they had has been shown that it's not going to work every single time. So it's back to the default, back to spreading out a little bit, and back to the strategies that yielded them no victories early on in this half.
G2, in spite of losing a couple of rounds, not overreacting either. No crazy three-man push to top mid. Kind of maybe could have wished that they would have gone a bit more aggressive over at B since they have two players on that side. So I feel like they could afford to just push a little bit into the B hallways. But yeah, I think Body maybe just took a look down the A ramp and didn't see anyone. So that's a little bit of information to work with, but it's not a lot. G2 a little bit in the dark. I think he did take up the advanced angle MBK. No, not yet.
This monitor's delayed, just so you know. Opening kill from FNS onto Apex, and Body now inside the site. He's got to do so much, but you can see when your support goes down at that bomb site, once you're inside, there's so much to worry about. Kenny, he's going to get aggressive. He wants to take it over, but can't land that flick on a Skadoodle. That would have just sealed the round, but even so, tough for Skadoodle in a 1-on-2.
Very tough indeed. The bomb is planted, and no one's defusing it just yet. Skadoodle, bit aggressive, turning around for the grenade, and he does go down. Mixwell finds him in the corner, and NBK, old crew, will end up winning it. A little bit of an assist from NBK there in the middle. He did do a lot of damage to Skadoodle. One more round for G2. That almost worked out for Cloud9. That was... They had the right idea.
It's this play from Kenny that makes it work. If FNS is still alive, actually, he might have fallen anyways to someone shooting at him from connector, from catwalk, but, you know, just going to get that one kill. If FNS is able to relocate to a new position, Kenny has to be way more passive and way more cautious in how he plays the game, or plays out the round. A tactical pause for Cloud9 as they want to try and get these remaining two. That plant is going to help them have a very solid buy. 4 AKs in the AWP, full utility as well, but G2's defense is back in action after a short hiccup, a short slide down, and losing 4 rounds.
Yeah, we do have, I mean, regardless of how this plays out, 11-4 would obviously be great for G2, but it isn't, you're not guaranteed to win at that point. So right. I feel like Cloud9 have found a way back into the game enough that it could be interesting. Double up still in play. Kenny gonna make that jump flawlessly, and sometimes teams forget about the fact that someone could be here this early on. Oh, what a nice flick right through the smoke, taking down Tarek. He's not going to be happy about that. And Kenny going to back off.
I think he saw Kenny as well.
Yeah.
Great reaction. Molotov and utility being used by Cloud9. They have mid control at the cost of 1 life. Seems like they don't even want to mess with connector either. 3 players over at A for G2. Pretty standard defense over towards the B bomb site. It's middle where they're lacking. They're content to let Cloud9 have it with this man advantage. Just contain and prevent progress into the sites from here.
Yeah, what could they do? With Automatic being in the middle, he's kind of a nice anchor to play around, and he can go and help out at the A bomb site if anything happens, but it still all does depend on actually entering the bomb site. And the fact that the bomb is on the other side, do they have time for this kind of thing? Or are they going to try and bring the bomb down through the underpass? This seems like a big risk. Kenny going to be going down. Bomb is still on the other side. Hold your breath, ladies and gentlemen. It's Body going down next, but still lingering around a little bit on the other side. It's FNS picking up one more kill down to Mixwell and NBK, and now jumping into the bomb site, and he has noticed over on the catwalk. They don't know that the bomb is not being planted in A yet, so they're still walking towards it, trying to retake that site, and G2 have no idea that this is about. Now they know. NBK walked in, heard no beep, and they're going to be running to the other side, and this is such a big fake coming out of Cloud9. Obviously, massively risky. If Mixwell is just a bit slow on that catwalk, he notices, and maybe it all falls apart. NBK goes down, and now Mixwell has to just walk the other way. He was lingering in that bomb site for a very, very long time.
About as long as he could. The problem is no kills came out for G2. They couldn't mount any kind of defense at that A bomb site. It's one of those weird circuit, like even if Russia just made a noise on accident or something, right? That whole round could have collapsed. It's one of those where you're throwing a fake, and the fake actually works out so well that you wish the bomb was there with them. Still, nice creativity from Cloud9 in a disadvantaged situation. Bomb never spotted over towards A, but like we saw, Skadoodle outduels Kenny. The entry from FNS onto Body, who's been great, and the follow-up on Apex is the one that seals it. If Apex is able to live or even get that kill, I don't think Mixwell budges.
Yeah, good stuff from FNS. He got one great entry earlier in one of the rounds that they won, so if you can, even if you don't get you know, an enormous amount of kills, although he's doing pretty well on the scoreboard, but if you could just pick up a couple of entries here and there, that generally does the trick. 9-5. This game is approaching a point where it's getting close enough that we can't really call it. Looked like G2 were about to.
It looked like they were just gonna stomp it and run away, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think this is the same group as FaZe and Envy, right? I believe. That could be wrong.
I think you're right.
Okay. So winner plays FaZe. We shall see. We'll get confirmation on that.
Yeah, we'll find out for sure.
3 players towards the A bomb site for C9. And that's a good pick from Kenny. They don't. This is a busted by 2 Deagles and an SMG, so they put the op into the priority. And look at this, the follow-up aggression as well. From NBK pushes up, but he has fallen back now. Using that op to get a man advantage, using that op, but once again, this is another round Cloud9's going to have to try and recover from that. They just did it in the previous round with a fake. That's not going to work twice, and the Molotov, Rush got spooked. Molotov drops in the open so they can't pass, and the rest of G2 being aggressive with these weaker weapons, but not finding the results.
Kenny just being unbelievably mobile, getting 1 kill halfway across the map, and then moving to the other side. There's FNS going down. A triple kill for Kenny, and that leaves Skadoodle 1 versus 4. Grenade almost gets him killed. That's pretty much perfectly timed. So here the 15th round.
I feel like Kenny wanted to hunt that.
Yeah, he did.
He's probably angry at his teammate for smoking it off.
It's like ready to close it all out. But yeah, the kill over at B, then running over to A, get 1 more kill, and then pushing into the A bomb side to get the last kill. So kind of difficult to deal with. It's just a formality at this point. The fire almost getting the job done. Skadoodle can't really get out of this one. It's also out of time entirely. Jumping out, Kenny gets the last one. Why not? 10-5 in favor of having a good time.
I have had a good time.
All right.
Always have a good time.
I'm glad. Well, we'll see if it will be worth the trip so far here for Cloud9. Obviously, this isn't their only chance, but it'd be nice to start off with a big win here and a big comeback. 10-5. Second half, now they're playing on the CT side. They won the pistol round in the first half because of, or G2 did, because of a ridiculous 4 kill for Apex. Can he do it again? Picking up 1 shot there. FNS doing a fine job. Apex finding the double. And he's still alive and roaming around. 3-on-3 as Skadoodle gets a great vantage point here, but he's taken a lot of time to try and get that kill. He makes it back alive at least. And now Apex waiting. There's the triple. He's looking for more. Once again, out in the open. He's going to get shut down. Rush comes back into it, gets the triple, and they take a bit of time finding the bomb, which honestly, when there's not much time left, you got to worry about.
Especially when you got FNS in the team as well. We've seen how that's played out before from the old CLG days. That little nightmare.
Oh my God, yeah. Don't want to even think about that. Cloud9 doing a good job, and Rush to the rescue, putting an end to Apex little madness there.
I mean, that's a great kind of crossfire between FNS and Tarek that's just kind of impromptu setup, and then even Skittle, even though he can't find the kill, doing the damage. So Cloud9 this time, they make it work. Triple kill from Rush to shut down Apex's spree, but look at the purchase out of G2. I don't even know if this is one of those force buys from G2 that you can really criticize quite yet. We'll see. Molotov down. They have to run through it. It's going to burn a couple players. There's the opening kill on Apex, and that was just an upgraded pistol, but now they've gotten in. FNS has to hold it off, and he does a great job so far. Players are down low. Kenny and NBK are just a bullet away from death. Cloud9 should be able to recover this bomb site.
Yeah, especially with the flank that's coming in really quick behind. Tarek there. See him just lurking through the FAMAS. The last two players are very low on health, and they should be cleaned up any second now. Really no chance for Kenny in the back line here. He's going to go down to Rush. So an expensive round, maybe more than you would have hoped for, but ultimately it will be for Cloud9.
It's a huge investment from G2 though, right? MAC-10 upgraded pistols, full utility on pretty much everyone. They had everything that round. So the plant's going to help kind of mitigate those losses, and certainly the 3 kills is going to be, I think G2's going to go out of that with a victory, just clawing away at that kind of money, so Cloud9 can't build up too much.
Did you catch how Tarek was able to get the flank in so quick?
I did not have my eyes over there.
I wonder if he was already jumping down to underpass, like at the beginning of the round or something. I'm just wondering.
Might have been challenging window and just
just decided, because that really makes a big difference. Like I feel like everybody who plays the game can recognize this feeling that once you're in there and you put the bomb down, you have like an internal timer that tells you when you should start to look for it. And he obviously beat that timer by a lot, so they just weren't even ready for it. But yeah, ultimately that was super important. Getting that flank in. Pause being picked up here by G2.
I guess they were discussing if they wanted to force buy again, because they had 2 players who could get AK-47s, and I think they kind of realized there's some madness in an idea like that at this stage in the game. So stay away from it.
Yeah, but they are French, Moses. They have a history of doing this and of it working.
Listen, we have to give MVK the benefit of the doubt as the new in-game leader.
All right.
Got to give him some time before we go in on the old habits.
I quite like the idea, you know, like that style of French Counter-Strike was absolutely shocking when it was working. It was really difficult to do anything about. Nice smokes going down. Let's see if they get rewarded with a bomb plant or not. Certainly trying for it, and looks like no one's going to be able to stop Kenny. The retake should be good though.
Yeah, and I like this defense from Cloud9. You're just playing a retake. You're letting him get the plant because you know the buy is going to come in next round no matter what. So you're just kind of trying to lessen the amount of players that die in the defense, although this could get scary. Apex needs to be taken care of. That creates the space for Tarek to now chime in next as he comes in. And all the range of these weapons as well, entering into the bomb site, doing some work. 2 players go down, which isn't ideal, but it's not bad.
Well, so they make the choice to say, okay, we're going to let them get the bomb down, and I suppose this is sort of a minor point, and maybe we expect it out of a team like Cloud9, but it's good to see that everyone actually follow through on that plan. Because sometimes you see people where, you know, 4 out of 5 players decide to not fight for it, and then the 5th player is like, oh, I'm just going to peek through the smoke and see what happens.
If you think about the improvements of North American teams through 2017 and even at the beginning of 2018, probably their ability to handle post-plant scenarios on both sides of the map in an actual reasonable team-centric manner is probably the most important and the biggest improvement that we saw on NA sides that has allowed them to be effective. Mixwell blinds himself. That's not going to be any highlight videos.
Gotta hope not. Kenny crouching on in, and somehow he's ready for it. Skadoodle at a bit of an off angle there in the window, but still managed to be red. Kenny goes down to FNS, so.
That was so fast to watch from Skadoodle's POV. Look at this play. On top of the stairs, Tarek can't adjust. Apex. Rush is there for the trade and to build upon it.
Yeah, valuable double kill. Mixwell and Body now 2 versus 3 with the bomb in middle. And that's a good way to get started, taking down Automatic. Now a 2-on-2 rush. Doesn't see anybody there. And FNS, does he have the timing? He does, and that's a quick headshot. First bullet accuracy for FNS in some of these situations has been pretty good.
Yeah, has been. Mixwell was spotted, so he's going to go right back towards Rush. He spotted the shoulder as well. Former teammates. Duel at the A bomb site. This could be everything, but Rush, a better angle. He's able to take down Mixwell, but still damage is done. 3 kills come out. G2 with the losing bonus, and with how strong their first 3 rounds were, I think they can actually buy again. They might actually choose to go for that.
We have another cameraman filming into the cameraman. It's the camera.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is. I quite like it. Can we get 3 of them? Can we get like a whole lineup?
That would just be too much. Half buy out of G2 as the full losing bonus isn't quite in yet, but they're going to be able to purchase the ops and the AKs and the utility in the next round. So just enough danger to perhaps turn this on its head. 10-9 as Cloud9 closes the gap. The CT side, they're looking much more comfortable.
Yes, they are. Really starting to get back into it. The old version of Cloud9, I would say, definitely did a good job of not completely mentally breaking down when they were started to get behind. I think generally they held their own.
Yes.
So you never know with the new version. A lot can change. And someone like Stewie, obviously, as we said, a bit of a rock of the team. So if they can come back from this scoreline, that'd be a good sign that maybe they had still held on to that kind of feel. 50 seconds, and the grenades are being set up. That's a long smoke.
It is very long. Long to Plume as well. They're already up, but the Molotov going to hold some players. It separates them a little bit, and Tarek a bit over eager. Now Rush doing the same kind of play. Hasn't gone down. It's Apex, 4 HP. Might go in on this reload. I think he kind of wanted to. There's finally the HE to clean things up. A 4-on-4. And Body with the M4 has at least a weapon to kind of fight with and duel with at range.
Yeah, Tarek jumping in the gun. We were just praising Cloud9 for not doing that so much. So, see if it costs them this time. Rush with a good headshot, taking down MBK, and there's Skadoodle to follow it up. So, now things are a bit more under control, and it's just Body left. 1 versus 3. He's somehow going to get the kill on 1. They almost line up. He does get the double kill. And turning around, actually make it a quad. It's a close defuse here with just a maybe Cloud9 and G2. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling lovely.
Yeah?
I've recovered from that disgusting piece of candy you had me try.
It's why don't people? It's like a lollipop with like licorice powder. It's so good. I can't believe you.
It's pure vomit.
I'll get you turned on to it, Moses.
We're live here. Automatic and Skadoodle with the double op setup. And keep in mind, if you're just tuning in or if you can't recall that far back, good pick from Automatic. And actually, Tarek might be able to build upon it. Misses the timing, though. But at least he's safe-ish. His teammate, on the other hand, still stuck in connector.
Yeah, when you already got the opening kill, no reason to be taking any more risks. I mean, it's fine to try and stick around for a kill, but now they should probably just try and play it safe, Cloud9. They have made a great comeback into this game. It looked like G2 were going to run away with it. They were up, what, 7-0 at one point? And then yes. Cloud9 brought it back. Now we're at 10-10. And the bomb making its way back on the other side. Let's see if they can find a way to break on through. FNS is right there. That's the bomb. That's confirmation. Mixwell gets one. NBK with another and picks up a double, taking down Automatic. That's a big change. Just like that, G2 back in the round with the bomb plant as well, and Body taking down Skadoodle. Rush has got to back out of this one, I believe.
How did that happen? That turned around so quickly. It's Rush, 1-on-3, trying to make something happen. Can only get 1 kill in 11th. Finally, G2 respond in this second half, and that's actually pretty crazy how Cloud9 was able to drop that. Opening picks, even FNS adds on to 1. I'm assuming they rotated over and they tried to stop too much. Yeah, they did. I think Automatic kind of overextends and tries to support FNS and didn't really have the timing to get there. He just missed it by maybe a second before he was comfortable. Good kills from NBK. And even though Cloud9 won 5 rounds in a row in this second half, they haven't all been clean. G2 has done the damage, and you can tell just 1 victory from the G2 side of things, and it's pistols and a UMP on FNS. Very little utility to speak of. 3 flashbangs left, no kits. dire position to be in for Cloud9.
Yes, it is. It feels like they've come very far in this game. Okay, gotta find a way to get the money back in their favor so they can actually close it out. G2, on the other hand, they've had a pretty good run as well. 22nd round here, and they're playing this one very slowly. Don't want to make any mistakes, and it looks like they're going to try and regroup a bit back towards the middle.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like they can almost go pretty much anywhere and have a huge, huge advantage. Stacking the A bomb site is Cloud9, but the clock is starting to run down, and if this goes too long, if this gets delayed too much, might not have a chance to recover from any kind of mistake. But going towards the B bomb site, it's only FNS here. He does have a UMP, but nothing else. And he's not going to get any indication, so no chance of him using a flashbang to get multiple kills. There's the Molotov off angle for him. First player jumps out, holds his nerve, goes for the second. There's the first kill. It's Kenny up next, and that would have been brilliant if he could have transferred onto Mixwell, but too much to ask. And it should be a 12th for G2, as the bomb is going to get planted, and Kenny's going to hold off the reinforcements.
Once that first player jumps out the window, if you're holding where FNS was, it does get a little bit tricky, because you know, suddenly you've let one person slip by, you know they're going to come back and shoot at you if anything goes wrong. Yep. So, fair play. He did the best that he could, and that will be another round for G2. The rest of Cloud9 walking away and trying to save the remaining guns and armor if they can. Yeah,
it's going to have to be a double save for C9. They're going to have to save the next round as well, so you might as well keep what weapons you have to be dangerous to maybe try and get an AK-47 in the next. Body's actually a little overextended. That could be dangerous if he passes over an AK-47 to one of these guys. But the rest of his teammates have now arrived.
Not giving anything away, not taking anything away either at the end there.
I think if you're Cloud9, even though you don't want to be in this scenario of 12-10, you're sitting in a game right now where you have Automatic at 11, Tarek at 10, and Skadoodle at 9 kills, and then you have Rush at 18 and FNS at 17. And for you to still be in this and have a close match down the stretch of, where you have 3 of your essential, big-time players, with not enough kills on the board, where they're lower performers, you're going to be pretty happy to be in this kind of a spot. But those are the thoughts that only really strike you after the fact when you're trying to make excuses. So.
Yeah, it's true though. Tarek playing close with the Seuss, obviously I'm a big fan of that. Anytime you can throw out a little kill there. Not so much because you get the kill, but more because of the sound that it makes when people die into the Seuss is absolutely hilarious. He's ready for it. The timing is almost with him. He's sneaking very close to the USP in hand. Can he do enough damage with it here? He's got the Seuss out instead and looking to get a little bit closer. And there it is. Mixwell gone. AK picked up. Gonna get one more chance, Kenny, but he jumps right into it. Tarek with a huge double kill. One with the taser, and now Skadoodle on the other side. C-set 75 in hand. He's gonna take down MBK. Looking for more. He almost gets a double, and that's the round. Cloud9 turning it. That's unbelievable.
That's so ridiculous. He loves buying those Zeus's, and the fact that he gets this perfect flank, he couldn't have played this well. And the thing is, he plays it so patiently, and because he knows, he just says, I'm going to wait for the play that's going to win us the round. Not just get us a kill, not just find us one, not just make it close, but I want to win the round off of this play. And there are plenty of times that someone from G2 could have spun around and spotted him, but he just risks it the whole way. Brilliant stuff. 11 to 12, and that look at how that changes things. 4 CZs for G2, the AK on body. Molotov going to be in towards Palace, and that's going to force the rest of the call from G2 to go. Cloud9 has really struggled at times to have rounds like this that they can win pretty cleanly, and actually nade in the hand of Tarek. He gives one right back, and now Mixwell's got a rifle. Now it's Rush's turn. We talked about this earlier. Would love to stop that plant, but it's not going to happen.
He does a bit of damage, but not enough to actually cancel out the plant. You're right. 12 to 11. G2, if they win this round back, then that's almost a bit of a steal. Cloud9, they put themselves in this position. Now all they have to do is close it out, and they'll be in the lead, and they'll have the money to maybe close out the game as well. Mixwell on top with the M4, but Finesse will get Kenny down, and now they're running out of players. Apex gets one. He's going to be headshot right away, and that will be the round. They have a kid on every player left, so the defuse will be in, and Cloud9 are going to make it 12 to 12. Moses, that last round, that's gonna hurt. That's that's stubbing your toe on the
CZ round?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like stepping on a Lego.
Yeah.
Type thing.
And you have cold feet, so it hurts a bit more.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just not a good time at all, is it?
That's like a paper cut in between your fingers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the worst, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Skadoodle with the op now in towards window. Automatic has got his again. Cloud9 really favoring this double op setup. Good pick from Kenny. And that's Cloud9 being wildly aggressive and throwing away a huge advantage. Or not advantage, but just throwing away a lot.
It's one of those situations again where, you know, Tarek goes down and Automatic is a little bit late to the party, but he sort of wants to follow up on the other action.
Yeah.
And doesn't really work out in their favor.
I'm assuming maybe they thought because they faced against 4 CZs that they thought this would be, you know, not a strong buy. Maybe they thought the money was gone. But again, I mean, go back to that economic management for G2. They didn't invest everything they had into those CZs. So smart play from G2, just buying enough to be able to have a strong buy the next time, especially off the back of the plant. And now for Cloud9, this is, you can't recover from this really. And you can see them position on the map just saying, well, we'll defend B. And if they go A, we just give it up. So G2 going to be back into a 13-12 lead. And as long as Cloud9 doesn't lose all these weapons towards the end, they should be able to purchase in the next round, drop some weapons over.
Right, indeed. G2, in spite of the great situation there. Oh, that's a leg shot from Kenny. He didn't even really see that coming, but he just reacted instinctively. That's so quick. And obviously the kind of style that has made him world famous. Mixwell going to be going down. But yeah, even if, yes, they had pretty much won that round, and it must have been obvious to them as well. They still use the Molotov. They still use the smokes. They make sure that they don't make any silly mistakes. Nice to see that.
You do love to see it. So, 13-12. And much like Cloud9, I mean, this G2 team has recovered nicely on this T side. As you mentioned earlier, G2 was up 7-0 on the CT side, and Cloud9 had to recover from that from 4 straight. And then likewise into the second half, Cloud9 on the CT side ran off the first 5 before G2 was able to respond. And trading some rounds here in these past few.
Let's see how this works out. 21 kills on Apex right now. Body at 19, close behind, and then sort of mirrored almost on the other side by Rush and FNS. I am still a little bit surprised to see FNS near the top of the board, just because I feel like that shouldn't necessarily be his role, but good on him. He's had many good entry kills.
I was going to say, he's done very good on the T side of getting some first kills when they've been in different situations, and then maybe even some trade frags, but yeah, this isn't something you're going to see consistent throughout this lineup. I think it helps that there's a quiet game out of some of the other guys. 3 players over towards A for Cloud9, another double AWP, 2 M4s to back it up. 1 op peering into the B halls on Skadoodle, 1 op at Ticket Booth, that's automatic.
Look at Apex. He sneaks so far in, but he can't win the fight against Rush. Normally when you get that far into the map and you're Apex, that means you're in a really good position, but somehow Rush was ready for it, and Skadoodle going to be a deep Molotov there that will slow them down. 2 have gone by, but the rest are stuck behind the Molotov. Skadoodle almost getting caught. He misses the shot. He's got maybe one more chance here. Puts a bullet into the wall, not connecting with anyone, and no scope doesn't really connect either. It's Mixwell to take down Automatic next, and just like that, G2 bounds right back in the game. Rush and Tarek now wondering what went wrong. They had the chance there. They just, the timing not working out for Cloud9.
Yeah, Skadoodle gives up his angle. He had an angle with an AWP. Didn't need to like fall down and throw that Molotov deep. I'm not quite sure why he wanted to do that one, but keep the angle, get that first shot off, and then you use the Molotov to delay as you get into a safer position. But you can see he throws a very, very deep Molotov that they already get by, and it's delayed another second before he jumps and spots it out, and then there's just no time to recover. It is that kind of concept we talk about at that B bomb site where, you know, you don't always get action, but when it comes your way, as soon as you make one mistake, you just get punished for it, and Skadoodle gets punished there without any kills on the board. 14-12 now, and I think that seals it down the stretch because Cloud9's going to be out of economy. Remember, they had to kind of force up into that one to a certain degree. They had good weaponry, but it was everything they possibly could have bought. Everyone's going to be stuck. No one above 3,000 for the C9 side. So yeah, it's going to be back to pistols, and G2, great opportunity to get out, not only to 15, but to have a very strong economy for the end of this game, no matter what happens.
Yeah, they've set themselves up nicely to take this win over Cloud9 here on this best of one on Mirage, but still, they should be quite excited if they can pull that through. What can I mean, if you're playing around like this, we've seen it before. I mean, Tarek had that ridiculous round with the Zeus, but you almost have to try something similar, you know? If you just wait around with these pistols, say the chance is less that you could make that work.
I mean, outside of that round, I mean, the round after that with the Zeus was what against 4 CZs and an AK that they were able to win in a post plant, a close post plant.
Yeah.
So I mean, G2's really figured this out down the stretch. They've pretty much been the dominant squad these past, 6 rounds outside of that one hiccup, 6 or 7 rounds. So converging onto the A bomb site. There's 3 players here. The M4 is in CT spawn. It's going to start rotating over just now. They need to hold him off while the rifle gets in a position. Good kill from Automatic. He can safely get in towards Palace. He can be a nuisance. They do block him off, or he uses his own smoke. Actually, maybe he wants to play behind it, but it's other of his teammates that have to have success before he can do anything, and it's just not going to happen. So while he had a possibility of being an element of danger for C9, it's all lost. 15-12 will be the score for G2 as this round just comes to a close.
Good forward thinking on Mixwell, just peppering that box on the shadow. It is really, really paper thin. I think people underestimate how thin that box is. You should throw the Glock if you want to.
I was gonna say I've seen people spam with a USP as well.
Yeah, it's so thin, and it does like a lot of damage even with the pistols. So it's a good job on Mixwell. It's a bit uncomfortable if you're taking that fight with the AK, because if you tap away and you don't hit the first couple of shots, it can get a little bit out of control. It just went for the full spray. Automatic doing his best to keep the AK alive, and he will be able to, but that's not really the main problem here. It's the 15 rounds.
Yeah.
G2 Esports, they are one single round away from making this one work. They had a strong start. They've picked it up again here towards the end, and Cloud9 have just had a bit of a money situation here at the end of the game. Yeah,
they've fallen flat, and I mean a lot of these double ops, they've thrown away some of the rounds where they've had really strong buys. Remember they had that round right out of the extended break at 10-10, that 21st round where it was 2 players just peeking in towards middle, just one basically rushing down connector, one basically rushing to the end of catwalk, and both people getting picked off. So ever since then they've really struggled to get it back in their favor. Tarek going to be behind the smoke. 2 players in middle. That's a good find. A dink on Apex. They want to go for more, but he somehow completes that kill. A chance to have built upon it with 2, fighting to his death.
You wouldn't have always thought that fight would work out that way.
No.
It could have been very different. MBK finding Rush, who was sneaking through the smoke. Bit dangerous.
Very dangerous. But I mean, you could see he's playing the risk. He wanted to smoke it off and just kind of say, you won't expect me to walk through my own smoke, and NBK just says, hold my beer, I'll expect that all day long, especially when they know Rush was up close towards a ramp, right?
Yeah.
You're at least going to be wary for the next few seconds.
They've got all the players in the right position, Cloud9, all 3 of them right here to try and hold on to the map. Going to be a grenade, Skadoodle turning around, it's almost perfect, but Body was just barely able to see him, and Skadoodle goes down. FNS going to pick up 1 kill there, another one comes in for Automatic, now it's a 2-on-2, and it's not quite done yet, 40 seconds, almost gets the spray down on MBK, but now it's all on FNS here. 1 versus 2 to try and hold on to the map, he's going to get 1, and looking for just a bit more. Mixwell's on the other side, and he's going to get the bomb plant down. Let's see if he can win this one. Definitely not easy for FNS now. Clark now playing against him, and Mixwell, he's got the AK-47 as well, and he's hiding. How do you dig him out of this spot?
I don't think you really can. You have to hope he peeks it, spam him out. There's just so many places now. FNS doesn't have the information, and you've got to stop walking. You got to go for it. FNS trying to carry them in towards overtime, not aware of it just yet. There's the pounce, but he wins it anyways. Mixwell misses his chance, and that'll be 13. The fight goes on.
He's really been on point with the first bullets, the first couple of bullets at least. FNS, I really feel like he's hit a lot of those types of headshots. That's very hard to do, I guess, because as soon as he hasn't seen Mixwell for good 7-ish seconds, before and after the bomb plant.
Yep.
How do you you just have to check everything? So
I think the one thing he maybe could have done is if he could have found a way to get that flashbang to make it appear like he was coming from CT spawn, and maybe Mixwell makes a footstep or it gets flushed out, but either way, had to react in a very tense situation, and he nails the shot.
Yeah, good job indeed. 15-13, and the madness continues just a little bit longer. See if they can close this one out, G2.
2 more chances. Especially with a plant, they'll have plenty of money for a buy in this last round. So see how this goes as the smokes come over. Here's the hit. No one committing quite yet for G2, but it's any second now, waiting for the counter utility. Opening pick for Skadoodle, but he can't get away. Good find from Apex.
Still a 4-on-4, no bomb plan yet. Body gonna go and attempt it. Always a bit scary when you're planning on that bomb site, because you never know if you're gonna get sprayed down through the smoke, but not this time. Somehow wins with the FAMAS there. Rush taking down Apex. That's a good sign for the retake that's gonna be coming up next. They still have to deal with Kenny, and he has actually looked very much on point. He's hit some great shots with the AWP so far. Body will be going down, so now it's a 2-on-4. And the retake looking very likely. Kenny not going to be able to do it this time either. FNS will take him down, leaving NBK, and he does go down very quickly. Rush with the FAMAS making it work. Another round for Cloud9, fighting for that overtime.
Yeah, they really are, and I mean, especially the turnaround that we've seen, they look stumped out of it. So huge win from FNS in a one-on-one. It gets them in position to fight for it. Again, the plan is going to help G2. Plenty of money. They're going to have an AWP on the board for this 30th round. It's only NBK who's really struggling. Goes down to the CZ. Just for full utility. Look at that. Rush 25 kill, and FNS playing out of his mind. 22 frags for him.
30th round coming up. We had to wait a little bit to get here, but I feel like it's been worth it. A little delay, because this game has got very close, as close as it can get. Mixwell and Body, they could go for a boost. People do that in the corner sometimes, although Tarek was definitely ready for it. If they can get a guy into window, that is such a big bonus, although no one was there to hear them fail that jump, but it's so risky once you fail it to try and go for it anyway.
I don't know if he's going to commit. I think he's watching for a peek, maybe an unexpected angle. Rush is able to find Apex. The timing is with him as the smoke clears. FNS. Molotov behind that smoke, who actually forces NBK into the fight, who seems aware of the possibility, and Automatic's there for the cover. And Cloud9 has been ready for everything, has had an answer for everything in this round from G2. It will more than likely be overtime. 3 players at B, 40 seconds on the clock, and that smoke going to stall him out even further. And nothing's left but to jump to your doom. Body in a 1-on-5 is only able to get the single kill. 15-15 as Cloud9 wins 3 straight to force OT.
I mean, it said it couldn't get any closer, but apparently it could. We're in overtime.
Yeah.
That's got to be very frustrating for Cloud9. Oh, sorry, for G2.
This has been like a huge back and forth game. Like
Yeah.
not so much like round to round, but it seems like the swings have been like so like it's been like, you know, team just gets wiped off the map for 5-6 rounds, and then the other team goes on their own run of some sort. So, yeah.
You see them, I don't know if they were legitimately trying to spam that wall with the AWP, or if they just wanted to sort of lure him out by shooting
The
it.
FNS one?
Yeah, but you definitely cannot shoot through that wall, in case anyone is wondering. Just
You should make
does
your
not
own.
work.
You should make your own YouTube series where you just go in and you just say, you know, walls you can't spam through, because we have this conversation quite frequently.
Yeah, it's well worth knowing. I done a little research, Moses. The late hours, early morning hours, you know.
Oh, the timing. Tarek looking to the right. Now know where FNS is as well, and he's all alone. There's only 2 places he can go. He's got to fight his way out in both directions. Mixwell just waiting for this off angle. How does FNS get through? And he doesn't. It's NBK, but the follow-up from Automatic, and NBK definitely spotted that one. Somehow, they've clawed their way into a 2-on-3. Still advantage lies with G2, as they have control of pretty much the rest of the map.
Very confusing rounds for both teams, you have to assume. Rush sneaking in, could actually almost win the round here. He sees the legs, but not ready for a second player in there. If he had got the lineup there, that might have been the round. Now Mixwell going to go for the bomb plant. Skadoodle with the AWP in a 1 versus 2. This is very difficult to win if you've got this sniper rifle. You need to find a kill pretty quickly. Obviously, you could guess where the guy putting down the bomb is still somewhere on this side of the map, but the other player, who knows? It's Skadoodle sneaking on in. gets a chance, takes down Apex. That's a nice flick, and now Mixwell, the last one left, but he's hiding in the corner of the bomb site. How is he supposed to check this? Skadoodle just goes straight for it, and that was his only chance. Mixwell will take him down. And G2 going to win the first round of overtime.
Yeah, no reason not to go for those either. It is 16K MR3, so plenty of money to kind of toy with throughout these. You're not going to get punished. Great round for G2. Cloud9, I mean, all down to Tarek, right? He had to kind of guess. You just say, is he going to come through the smoke? Is he going to be wrapping around the boxes at top mid? And unfortunately, Tarek looks away from the angle at the wrong second. And that level of commitment with two players there leaves that second player stranded as well. Double up setup out now for the defense. We saw this in regulation. It didn't really have too much impact. It wasn't a great defensive strategy for Cloud9. See if they can make it work here in overtime.
Still a little bit of a peek into the middle here. They can commit a lot of resources to a Cloud9 if they want to. They've got 3 people who are nearby, but they're not really fighting for the middle as much as they're just hanging out in connector for a while with 2 people. That's just not how that setup is supposed to work for Cloud9.
Tarek's going to be so frustrated in these past couple rounds. The timing just hasn't been there for him. A couple times he's just looked away at the wrong moment. It's almost like karma, where it's like, we're going to give you this cool Zeus round that everyone's going to love, and then we're just going to wreck you with timing in the other few. Good kill from Kenny S, and Rush now inside the bomb site's going to go down as well. That'll be 2 straight. G2 with a big lead in this this first half of OT.
Yeah, they're going to be excited, and you're absolutely right. I mean, he's been in a good position, but just timing is everything sometimes. See, Tarek was just checking for that, and then...
Well, actually, I think even he was just turned into the wall. It might not even be poor timing. He's turned into the wall for a pop flash, and Skadoodle perhaps supposed to be watching for that play.
Could be.
Either way, miscues, I think, is the general theme of these past, these past 2 rounds for Cloud9. There's
oh my God.
Kenny again on towards Tarek.
Side of the wall even. I think that was Tarek just walking into mid-connector there. Missed smoke into the window. It was a bit of a shame. But J2 are still in a very good position, and they're pretty much covering the rest of the map too, making sure that nobody from Cloud9 can sneak in. They have a lot of time to make up their minds with. Looks like they've left Body in the middle, and they're going to be rotating around his position. So, yeah, it's always good. That Delpan position can make a lot of stuff happen from there.
This is so tough for Cloud9. How do you want to recover from this one? It's hard to be too aggressive in a 4-on-5 when you have 2 AWPs, right? But you have no knowledge of what's coming, so it's kind of not easy to figure out which bomb site you want to stack. In order for automatic B here, they have to have control of connector as well. Rush is going to get aggressive through the smoke to provide just that. This is a critical fight. Automatic and Rush and Body, excuse me, and now Automatic, yeah, he's all alone, and he's got to worry about 2 different angles. They're already coming up the top as well, and he's going to be pinned down, but Mixwell has a nade in his hand, but it doesn't matter because you can spam right through the edge of that box. That's the bomb site loss, and a 2-on-3 for the retake, and Kenny is going to seal it with that kill. Skadoodle in a 1 versus 3.
Those were some really impressive shots coming out from Automatic, but he just still was trapped in there. Skadoodle will pick up 1, has more to come still. And Bomb being out in the open makes it very tricky. Checks the corner, but not quite enough, and that will be the first 3 rounds of overtime in favor of G2. So 1 more, and they're going to be able to pick up the win in overtime.
Yeah.
Let's see what Cloud9 can do here on the T side. It took
to recover from. Yeah, this is nice from Automatic. That kill, and follow up, obviously, the benefit of Mixwell having the Molotov out. But then from there, I mean, there's just nowhere to manage. If you can't control ramp or connector, that position is just done.
See how it plays out. Straight into the double up for G2. And on the other side, just a single one on Skadoodle, which makes plenty of sense. All right. Tarek not afraid to peek the corner. So far, G2 playing it very, very defensively. So no crazy tricks to close out the game quick. Just trying to hold their focus for the minute, and they are stacking 4 men at the A bombs. I was just about to say nothing crazy, but then this.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the weaknesses. That was one of the ways Cloud9 was able to get some of these T-sided rounds when they went on such a big run, was through hitting the A bomb site. So it's not, you know, illogical that G2 stacks it up, especially in the mid round when you don't see anything fast. Transition over, obviously relying on, I think it's NBK to hit just a couple shots with that AWP if they attack B, and that's exactly what's coming in. So the captain, the new in-game leader, has a lot of pressure to deliver some results.
Yeah, see if they can land a grenade at his position. FNS is very close if he crosses that one. MBK gets the kill on FNS. He was just out of position. Spots at least one more person jumping by, but he's going to get taken down from Tariq. That's a nice peek. And fighting in the middle, Automatic winning a big fight there against Body. And it's just like that, looking a little bit grim for G2 here at the first half, also first round. Well, the second half of overtime, Automatic doing all the work in the middle that's necessary. And Kenny and Mixwell, the last ones left. Ooh, I don't know where that bullet went.
He took his time with it as well.
Yeah. Disappeared, didn't it?
That's it's kind of a cool. I like the idea from G2, and obviously I don't think they run that kind of a defense if this is like, say, the 30th round, right? Like if this is the one to seal the match or force overtime, they don't run that. But the fact that it's overtime and they have 3 rounds to kind of play with, I don't mind them going into it as it's kind of the primary. You know, you kind of think about it, and you're like, okay, Cloud9 won, you know, basically got 5-6 rounds off this out of A executes in their half. Like, why don't we just go to it and stop it right here? Because surely they're just going to go back to what worked best for overtime.
It makes perfect sense. I agree. And now Cloud9 still got to win 2 in a row here to force double overtime. No second AWP on the G2 side, which is not really so bad, but it is a bit of a change. Valens is looking a little bit serious. He can feel the weight of it.
Yeah. Obviously, what is it? This is we're going back to the format where you lose 2 maps and you're eliminated. So
Yes.
just wanting to avoid having to play a BO1 for elimination. That'd be a nice luxury. And also, I mean, you think winning the major and then immediately going into struggling and then bringing in FNS, you almost feel like you have some stuff you need to prove.
Yeah, I feel like it works. It almost works both ways when you pick out somebody new. Like, people will probably give you a bit of rope when you have a new player in, and people say, all right, well, you know, they've got a different lineup. At the same time, it does make things easier if you have a good start. Like, then you can sort of like make the whole team feel good, and you're not struggling right away. So we'll see what happens here. 16-18. 1 round for G2, and they pick up the win here. Another 2 for Cloud9, and we get that double overtime. Kenny feels like someone has to be behind the boxes. Maybe even saw somebody. He's trying to see if he can look through that little gap, but he does actually leg him. Grenade to follow it up, and Automatic is out of there, but that's got to be annoying.
What a cool idea from Kenny. Automatic with the up. Yeah.
A little bit dangerous, too, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, look, if you have 3 rounds to play with, right? One is the stack towards the A bomb site. One is, you know, tell Kenny to do whatever the hell he wants. And then the third one, you just play standard, right? And see what happens. Kenny there, almost able to find you an opening kill. And at the very least, he's gotten you a leg shot on Automatic. So a player that's really, unfortunately, if he just catches a nade when he's trying to post up as an AWPer, he can get doubled up. That's a good kill from Tariq. He's starting to come alive just a little bit as he's had a tough game overall, and Kenny again is going to be the man who's defending and flicks up. That's so fast, and the follow-up on the Skadoodle goes for more, and Rush is posted up, and all the kills from there go towards Cloud9. Kenny's showing some brilliance.
God, it looked like he was about to end the game right then and there, but somehow he gets put down, and now it's all on Body here. 1 versus 3, and this seems very unlikely. He's going to get closed in on by FNS. Tariq with the triple. Man, he's so fast, isn't he?
You felt like that was one of the rounds where Kenny was just going to hold the entire B bomb site on his own.
Yeah. Which we've seen before.
This is ridiculous. That's so fast, and then the follow-up on a Skadoodle as well. Because he's pre-firing the angle, right?
Yeah.
Skadoodle's a little bit past the angle that he was pre-aiming at. Ooh! Got the auto-sniper, Anders.
Big fan of that. Definitely a big fan of that. And it sparked a lot of community outrage the last time, so I
big fan of that as well.
Yeah, big fan of that. Even bigger fan actually. So I like that. Yeah, G2. bit desperate to pick up the last round, saying, come on, you know, we've been leading a lot of this game. Now we just want to get our victory and walk away with it. Let's just see.
Well, yeah. We can have that conversation a different time. Kind of so that you can lose 2 rounds of overtime and then get this kind of a weapon into it as well. But it's one of the issues, I guess you could, that's point of contention, a point of argument with the 16K. But
yes, you're right.
Slow pace from both teams. No one wanted to lose this. G2 obviously wanting to close it out here, not want to give up mistakes. And then Cloud9 obviously not wanting to lose anything early on that will prevent them from fighting for double overtime. Lost all 3 in the first half, and here comes the hit. Op on Skadoodle. Rush lining up the smoke.
And one problem they're going to have is the fact that Apex might get smoked off in that position, but the auto sniper is still pretty good against smoke. Just sort of keep spamming right through. Flashbang goes in, almost getting the headshot then. There's the auto sniper. Rush goes down. And Apex looking for more. He's already still scoped up, not even unscoping from that position. Another one comes in, and Apex finally goes down. It's still a 1 versus 3, and somehow Cloud9, in spite of the auto sniper, in spite of the double AWP, they still found a way through. Mixwell going to pick up 1 kill there, but now they know where he is. There's a good grenade, actually, on Tarek. Still should be no way. Oh, my God! Taking down Tarek! How has he done that? Now it's a 1 versus 1. He's going to try and see if he gets smoke over automatic. He's already got the lineup. He knows exactly where the bomb is. Mixwell right on it. Grenade on through. The spray is on the wrong side, but Cloud9 going to win the round. Automatic does it right at the end. That got way too close.
Oh, he's almost done it, as Mixwell. Brilliant shots. Great shots. Right through the box. And this is wonderful. Going forward into 1 versus 3. I mean, it seems like G2, like the entirety of this team is kind of like not shut down, but each round they're only getting contributions from like 1 player. You know, that attack towards the B bomb site is Kenny with 2 kills, everyone else dies. And this round it's, you know, Apex with 2 kills and everyone else dies until Mixwell finally has to fight into 1 versus 3, and you're not getting enough out of that, you know, out of one of the AWPs or the M4 players who are supposed to be keeping space for your oppers.
Well then, double overtime, ladies and gentlemen, and now we've gone away from the auto snipers, away from the double AWP, back to a more regular game here. We'll see how it all plays out. First team to get to 22 rounds. If you have a lost count of the format, then that's the name of the game. A lot of grenades here. Then there's going to be a bit of a delay. And how will G2 respond to this? They've seen the grenades that normally indicate sort of an NA rush or some sort of A tactic. Now, instead, looks like there's going to be quite a few people coming out of the connector. Kenny wants to challenge it, but those smokes are just so hard to deal with. There's going to be a quick trade, and then comes through. Skadoodle and automatic. Apex and Kenny goes down. And Mixwell, MBK, how do they fight their way back? This is a very well-executed round from Cloud9.
Oh, that flank from Mixwell just a second too late. NBK was trying to get into some safety. Flash for his teammate and couldn't back off. Another 1 versus 3. Pulls a nade out very quickly, and Cloud9 have put themselves in the lead. 1 round, 19-18. 30 kills from Apex, and this time it's just kind of rush. And that's a little bit more of the looser style that I wanted to see out of Cloud9. With FNS coming in as the caller, is kind of just those plays where you just kind of let someone like Rush lead the way and kind of go at his own pace. You don't set up in a default. He got full mid control. He didn't feel any pressure or presence, and he decides to aggressively take map control of connector. The rest of G2, once the attack comes in, once the initial kill is traded, to force themselves through smokes to try and get involved.
That's not a fight I would have expected Apex to win necessarily. Looked like a really strange angle there for FNS, but...
Especially so clean. FNS didn't touch him.
Yeah, a little bit odd. Well, when he did, let's see if Cloud9 can bounce back from being down a man. 4 versus 5. Still got plenty of time on the clock. Kenny's playing very aggressively. They have quite a bit of mid-control here on the G2 side, in spite of the fact that we're getting close to a minute.
They haven't given it up either, even with the man advantage. They want to stay there as long as possible. And now that they're seeing like the attention of utility being used, Molotov, smoke at the base of Catwalk, then they just kind of give it up, because there's no point in trying to fight with a man advantage when you could get messed up by a smoke, by the edge of a smoke. Maybe you don't see someone, maybe a random flashbang, maybe that run boost would have caught you off. So now they sink back into the bomb sites, and you've got 2 players at the site. Mixwell's going to spot it out. Flashbang Molotov in towards Connector as well, but there's the equalizer out of Tarek. He's really come alive in overtime, which is good to see. If Cloud9 want to close this out, they're going to need him, and he's going to have another opportunity here as Apex and Body set up a crossfire, long-range crossfire for these stairs, but it's a rush to start things off.
A brilliant comeback into this round here for Cloud9. I don't know how they're doing it, but they are. Body will go down. Skadoodle able to pick up that kill, and just like that, they're back in the lead. It's Kenny and MBK now. How do they bring this one back? It doesn't look like it's even going to be possible. Rush with a double, Skadoodle with a double, and that was a huge return into that round for Cloud9. It looked like they were not going to have any chance.
Yeah, it seems like maybe just small little positioning things for G2 where they had some of those crossfires, right? Like Apex and Body, one towards Connector, and it was at a weird angle where Body couldn't get involved in it. But more than anything, I mean, just losing those individual fights from G2 as well. You know, Rush just turns that corner straight up, takes a fight towards jungle. Skadoodle coming through a smoke is able to drop down and take out Body. Now Cloud9's starting to look good. They're catching some of that momentum that makes them such a dangerous team.
Yeah, I'm surprised that things are going so well for them here on the T side.
Rush has, well, actually, it's Automatic, I guess, who's shot up the scoreboard. 30 kills for him now. Remember, it was Automatic, Skadoodle, and Tarek, who I think were the 3 quiet ones at the in the second half.
Well, that doesn't even surprise me. I honestly think Automatic is just one of the players, I think, certainly in the American scene, but maybe even in the world. He's one of those players that just seems almost immune to like all emotional pressure and like ups and downs. And just, like, keep calling him the North American Sipex, and there's a reason for it. He's just so unbelievably solid as a player. We'll be going down, of course, now that we're praising him. That's generally how it works out, and looks like G2 are finally answering back here in double overtime, trying to prevent Cloud9 from winning 3 in a row, and see if they could get just 1 on the board here. Rush will get a kill on Mixwell, and MBK, a bit of an awkward angle. He makes it work anyway. Good headshot on FNS, and that will be 20-19. So 2 rounds for Cloud9, or 3 for G2, or triple overtime.
Triple OT.
How do you feel about that?
I'd love that.
Yeah?
I think so.
If we get triple OT, will you do another one of those lollipops?
No. I will not do another one of the lollipops. 20-19. We'll see if G2 is going to go back towards the auto sniper. I thought, why not? Why wouldn't you go back to it? Because it got you 2 kills, right? It did its job. It did exactly what you wanted. It was holding the line. It's everything else around it that collapsed. Why not just go into it at the first round of overtime?
Yeah. I think it checks all of my categories for what I enjoy. It's expensive, it gets kills, and it makes people mad. So those 3 things. 3
things that you really love.
That's really important. The last one's the most important one.
I like this from Cloud9 though on the CT side, not using the 2 ops. Saw them kind of struggle with that double op, like really trying to get both of the ops involved. They seem to have to overextend in order to get that second op into some action.
Yeah. Maybe they're saving it for the next round where they buy 3 auto snipers instead.
Ooh.
They won with that. Oh my God. The glory. The celebration.
Jubilee.
Just all around. Really, really. I think you can almost feel the tension in the game now. Both teams not moving. Nobody wants to make that mistake that could cost them. Cloud9.
Because also, I mean, part of it too is this is where, if you're both of these teams, especially with some of the new changes, right? Especially considering NBK is a new in-game leader and everything, and FNS just coming in, you're kind of exhausting all the practice strategies, and you know, right around second overtime, you've exhausted kind of your backup strategies, and you're kind of freewheeling a little bit. So this is where the wild things happen. This is where, you know, all the unexpected occurs. That's why you see G2 not moving and not even using utility until 40-some seconds left on the map. And even with that kind of patience, Body still gets shot in the back by a teammate.
Yeah, people getting a little bit too excited. I'm kind of shocked that Cloud9 have not moved from this 3-man stack at the A-bomb site. They've got a great triangular setup, so if it was a normal A execute, this setup would be so good to stop it with, but the fact that we're ending up at B, and they should know now. Skadoodle gonna get 1 kill with the AWP. He's got a grenade in hand that could be dangerous, and MBK shutting him down. FNS now doing the best, and he gets a double. That's such a big double kill. 3 seconds, they can't even put the bomb down. FNS with a great headshot, shutting it down, and time runs out. Cloud9, that's a massive round to be winning. They simply were so low on the clock that they had to run in and get the bomb down uninterrupted.
Oh yeah, even NBK I think falls on Kenny's head and that throws him off for an extra second. The control from FNS onto Body. Beautiful triple kill, and Skadoodle did just enough, even though, again, he gets picked off with a nade in his hand. That first kill, that was the catwalk player, and that was the one who was going to be designed to take out FNS. So, really nice defense. Really nice job, and look at this. Kenny now wants to take over, going to lead the way in front of the Molotov. He's going to go for more. The insolence of FNS to shut him down in the previous round. Kenny wanted to punish it, but not going to happen. All 5 players here, though, for G2. They can't go away.
Oh, that's a good angle for Skadoodle, but the flashbang in his eyes is going to make it very tricky indeed. And now they're rushing right down. He takes his time, but he still misses the shot, and now they're getting close. No scope will work, but I'm not sure that's enough. G2 fighting to stay in this map. 3 versus 4. Their odds are definitely favoring them at the moment. And Kenny's got a deep angle. He knows someone is already hidden in the corner. So he could just stay here all day. Tarek goes down. That means it's time to sound the retreat here. If you're Cloud9, or at least no chance of winning the round. Kenny getting the 1 kill in there, but yeah, they had a chance, Cloud9, but that fight just took too long at the beginning. Yeah,
and Skadoodle fell off that angle as well, which didn't give him an easy shot to take. And Rush is going to go for it, no reason not to.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the position on catwalk as well. Tarek was on a flank, which I think is what they were kind of relying on, but the fact that he was running the whole way, they knew what was coming in. FNS and Skadoodle just get overwhelmed with all the utility and all the presence. Can only hold on for so long. One more chance for Cloud9 to close things out in double overtime.
No auto sniper for Cloud9. It's disappointing.
It's weak, isn't it?
Yeah. Should have gone for it. Oh. Smoke. Kind of blocking everything. Is that 2 smokes landing on top of each other in that connector?
There's a lot of smokes used in middle. Cloud9's only got 2 left. That's actually not a deep enough Molotov. NBK, he's not forced away from the angle, but it is automatic to find the opening. That's body and mid. There's no more mid presence now for G2. They're just going to have to hit up the ramp. Rush is here. Skadoodle's here with the AWP. Rush spots it out, but can't find the kill. Skadoodle jumping across, almost able to return on the edge of the smoke. Surely he'll be blocked off at any moment, though. NBK going to go try and find this kill, but Skadoodle not showing himself too badly, and Rush still holding on the fort at the stairs. It's a 5-on-3, make that 4, but all the trades coming in the favor of Cloud9, and Tarek and Skadoodle to end it. A long, drawn-out battle, and they had to come back in the first half, but finally, 22-20, Cloud9 take it.